All right, so I'm going to do one more example for you, and then you will have the rest of the homework. I will post a key to what the homework looks like on It's Learning, so that way you can go and check your responses, just like we did when we did proofs in Unit 1. So our given says that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. So that is all of the information that's provided for me. So I'm going to make sure I mark that on my image and write that down as my first statement. And then I need to look at, what am I trying to prove? It wants me to prove that ray FB is bisecting angle AFC. So I'm going to need to figure out how to tie that in. In order to use that, I have to show that angles 2 and angle 3 are congruent. So I need to figure out how to get angle 2 and angle 3 to be congruent. So if I look at my figure and try to see, do I have any information about the angles other than angle 1 and angle 2? And I, in fact, do. I have that angle 3 and angle 1 are vertical angles. So if you color them in, like I like to do, we can say that angle 1 and angle 3 use the same two lines. So these angles, to do that with a different color, there we go. These two angles are congruent to each other. So I can use that in my statements and say that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3 because of vertical angles. And it's the vertical angles theorem. And yeah, we can just use that because it's in our picture. We don't have to have that a part of our given in words. The figure itself is a part of our given as well. So now I'm going to look at, what can I do next? Well, I'm looking at my statements so far, and I see angle 1 and angle 1, and angle 2 and angle 3. And that tells me that I can then use transitive. Since angle 1 is congruent to both angle 2 and angle 3, I can then say that angle 2 is congruent to angle 3 by the transitive property. I have three things, 1, 2, and 3. And so transitive starts with T, and so does 3. So now because angle 1 isn't, now because angle 2 is congruent to angle 3, they can all be the same color now, which is nice. Actually, I'll just leave that. So I can then say that ray FB bisects angle AFC because of the definition of angle bisector. My cat's running around doing zoomies. Sorry for the noise. Bisector. So we have shown that ray FB bisects angle AFC, and we did that by proving that angle 2 and angle 3 are congruent to each other. That is the way we have to do that. We have to show that those two angles are congruent in order to say that ray BF is a bisector.